Hey. This is HQ here, right? Um Today I was going to do a different subject, right? About sexual health and sexual sexless marriages. But, two people reached out to me and said, "Hey, you did that subject. We can do that subject another time. Why don't you do this subject?" Because I asked them, "What kind of subject you want me to do, with the women and all of that?" And then they said, "Oh, why don't you do this subject?" I mean, because it's a growing concern. I think they may have some men may have regarding this particular subject. It's making or keeping your family clean a priority, and I think it may be related. And I didn't want it to be directly related to feminine energy or feminine whatnot, but we're gonna tailor it towards that, right? So I said, well, to the men, I said, well, maybe, they just don't know what causes, the BO, or maybe they're not really prioritizing that. Maybe you never had a person in your family or your mother or whatever tell you about certain things like that. What would cause odors and what wouldn't cause odors, right? And I get that body odor can happen in a bunch of ways, but I mean, it happens primarily through four different ways. It's either your sweat, your diet, your health, hormones, or something like that, or it's a lifestyle that you live. It's really only like four reasons why a person would have hygiene issues or a woman would have hygiene issues. So, I mean, it's one of those four reasons: diet, hormones, your lifestyle choices, or your sweat. But these have to be a priority in your life. As a woman, these have to be a priority. Your sweat glands, armpits produce higher sweat than parts of your body. Lack of hygiene, no, not washing regularly. You have to take a shower every day. Every day it's a priority. Bacteria builds up on your body, so you have to do it every day. You can't wear dirty clothes, and if you sweat excessively, you have to take a shower, especially under the arms. I remember working with this one guy. Every day he'd come to work and then he'd have a smell. And everybody around him would walk around him, wouldn't say anything to him. And I got tired of it. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Let me have a conversation with this person. And no, but since HR is not having a conversation with this person, I'm going to have a conversation with this person. And I walked up to the person and I said, "Sir, when do you take a shower?" And he said, "I take a shower, every night." And I said, "Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Because you taking a shower at night doesn't work. You need to take a shower every morning and combat that excessive sweating that you do." So he didn't realize that he was sweating. He didn't realize it had an odor. And I was like, you need to do that every morning. Before you come to work, take a shower. When you get off work, take a shower. Every time you move and do a major activity, take a shower. That's someone whose sweat affected the way they moved in the world and they had a smell. Diet: spicy foods, red meat, alcohol, caffeine, low carb diets, keto diets. All of these things affect how you smell. Things become hard to digest and may release more odious things into your system. You all know when someone drinks, they have an odor if they drink too much. It can come out of your glands. It can affect everything, clothing, you name it. Spicy foods, garlic, curry, all of these things come through your sweat glands and make you smell. You have to watch what you eat. You have to watch. And sometimes you have to watch the people and how they act around you. Do they sniff around you? Do they run away? Do they talk in front of your face? Do you take care of how people notice you when you walk into a room? Are they running away? That's diet-related smells. Health, hormonal smells. Puberty, menstruation, menopause, pregnancy. All of these things affect how you smell, how you move in the world. Certain medical conditions like diabetes, kidney problems, liver problems, fishy odor. That's where the fishy odor comes from. People say, "Oh, she smell like fish." Ugh. These are things that affect that fishy odor. You have to be aware of what you eat. You have to be aware of your hormones. You have lifestyle changes that you need to make. Make sure your clothes are washed. Smoking, shaving on your private parts, keeping that low, keeping that area or the hair low. Stress, wearing certain things, not cotton underwear. You're wearing synthetic underwear. These can trap smelly odors, right? That's why they tell you to wear cotton underwear. So I'm saying these are the things that you have to be aware of. Breath, underarm, feet. You have to take care of all of these things. As a woman, no one wants to be your husband and you don't know how to wash yourself. Here's another thing I have to address. This is another thing that needs to be addressed. Washcloths and loofah pads. I don't know where someone taught a woman that she can, or a man, that taught them that they're not supposed to use a washcloth or a loofah pad or something like that to clean themselves. Using a washcloth is important for a couple reasons, or a loofah pad is important for a couple reasons. I didn't know people didn't use washcloths. I didn't know that, right? Washcloths provide exfoliation. It cleans the dead skin off your body. It removes that from your body. I don't know how you figure your hand can remove all of that. That's the whole point of using a loofah pad, a washcloth. It removes dirt, sweat, dead skin, and it leaves smoother skin, cleaner skin compared to using just water and your hands alone. You cannot do that. You cannot walk around on this planet and not use a washcloth, a rag, some kind of a loofah pad to clean your body. Using a washcloth improves your hygiene. It helps you get behind your ears, back your neck, between your legs, between your toes, all of these things, places that you can't reach. That's the places that washcloths are supposed to get to. It improves that hygiene. And once it exfoliates, it improves your circulation on your body, your skin, your hair, your nails. Sensitive skin, you can use a loofah pad if you don't have such sensitive skin. But every human being should have a washcloth to wash their face and use a different washcloth to wash your body. A loofah pad to wash your body, a washcloth to wash your face. So my whole point is you use that, pour the soap on it. See, I'm one of those people, I can't use harsh soaps. I can't use bars of soap. So I have to use, body wash. Squeeze it into the washcloth, wash my face. I put that rag down and then I get another rag and then I wash my body, or a loofah pad and wash my body. Don't use the same pad that you wash your face with to wash your body, because you may have things on your body and then it gets on your face and then your face is more sensitive. Okay. The washcloth helps distribute the lather and all of these things evenly across your body. Whereas your hand, that stuff is running off your hand. You're trying to do it. You don't use your hands to wash your body. You use a washcloth or a loofah pad. And I am only on this subject because men said, we had a sexless subject. Please address hygiene. So I'm addressing hygiene with the women and whoever, right? And this is how women have to prioritize hygiene for themselves. It's an overall health issue for women. Helps with your confidence, well-being, well-grooming, mannerism. You have to have a routine. You have to have a daily routine. Every day you do this as a woman. Every day as a woman, you take a shower or you take a bath at least once a day. Regardless of whether you sweat or you don't, you take a bath and a shower once a day, focusing on the underarms, between your legs, between your toes, private area, feet. Oral care. Brush your teeth twice a day. Floss every day. Mouthwash to prevent bad breath. All of that. Make sure your teeth are healthy. Go to the dentist every 6 months. Do what you have to do in order to prioritize teeth, oral hygiene, all of that. Wash your face every day, twice a day. Something gentle. A lot of women wear makeup. Sometimes you got to come home from work, take the makeup off, wash your face, clean your pores, put the makeup back on. This is how you do. This is how you care for yourself as a woman. And a lot of people don't want to hear it. A lot of women don't want to hear, but it is what it is. Okay. And this is a priority in for yourself, and it has to be a priority in a relationship. Because what man is touching you and you don't know how to clean and touch yourself? That's what you got to say. You got to say to yourself. Okay. You got to make sure you have clean underwear. I don't even understand why I'm saying that. But you always wear clean underwear, preferably cotton underwear, so your body will be able to breathe, your vagina will be able to breathe, so that it can catch all of the germs that you may run across while walking, rubbing your legs together, all of that. Cotton underwear helps keep down the odor that you might have. Wear deodorant. Always, every day. I don't care what somebody tell you. I don't care how you was raised. You better have some deodorant on. Apply that deodorant after you take a shower to help control body odor. That helps to control body odor. Baby powder, deodorant help to control body odor. When you're on your menstrual cycle, it's another list. I got this written down. The menstrual cycle, your period. I call it the period. People call it menstrual cycles. People call it cycle, whatever. You got to change those sanitary products every 2 hours. They say 4 hours, 6 hours. I say every 2 or 3 hours. Change them because you want to be clean. Have wipes in your purse, even if you're not on your period. Have wipes in your purse, in your car, however you need to do it. I have wipes in my car. I have wipes in my purse. If I have to go to the bathroom when I'm out, I make sure I'm clean and everything else before I walk out that bathroom. Understand your cycle. Understand your period. When you have your period, you can get pregnant 10 days before that period. The start of 10 days. Within 2 weeks before your period is due, you can get pregnant. This is a priority. You need to be tracking your period, when to have wipes, when not to have wipes, when to have sex, when not to have sex. If you're not on birth control, please be on birth control, ladies. Please be on birth control. And you got to wash more frequently during this time period, right? Use mild, unscented soap that doesn't have a lot of, that will give you smells, and then mix with the menstrual cycle, and then something is wrong. Then you have another scent. Always make sure you're clean. If you're going to be on your period, take a bath. I got into the habit of taking baths when I was on my period. The first 2 or 3 days, I took a bath. Then after it slowed down, got less heavy, shower. But prioritize that every day. Once a day, twice a day. Please, ladies, please. I don't want to have men coming on here saying you're not clean in any way. Please be clean. Please hit the like button too. Please hit the like button too if you like this content, please. Okay. But a priority is your intimate area. Intimate area is the most priority. Avoid hard soaps. People think vagina has a smell. It only has a smell because of 4 or 5 things. That's the hormones, the diet, the lifestyle, or just being sweaty. These are the reasons why you have that particular, unless you have some kind of infection, then you need to go to the doctor. And women need to be at the doctor at least every 6 months to check it out, the whole nine. Get your Yahoo checked out. Make sure you wear certain kind of clothing, cotton underwear, loose clothing, because moisture builds up when you wear tight clothing and you get infections from clothing, from the scents, from the dyes, that kind of thing. Be mindful of a smell that you have on your body. Wipe from front to back after using the bathroom. Always wipe from front to back to avoid transferring bacteria. And then use wipes. Have wipes in your purse, in your bathroom, in your car. I always say that. People say, she got 3-4 wipe, but she had 3-4. She has Lysol things. Yeah, because I got them all over. Wherever I have to use the bathroom, if I have to use in the car, I don't care. I wipe my hands when I'm may eat food out. I wipe my hands with wipes, Lysol, you name it, I'm doing it. Okay. So this is intimate area care. This is a priority for women, because women are the only ones on the planet that have it. It needs to be a priority. A child needs to come out of that. Menstruation, a child, all of the thing that starts with that particular area. Hair and scalp care. Women wear braids, weaves, extensions. Please clean your hair 2 or 3 times a week if you can. Depending on your hair type, I guess, the scalp has to be clean. The scalp has to be greased. The scalp has to be moisturized. That's why men have a problem with the weaves, because they want your scalp and your skin to be clean. You know that there's dead skin that gets into these braids and into that weave. It has to be clean. It's a priority to it. Okay? That's why women should know how to do their own hair. If you know how to do your own hair, you take care to clean it once or twice a week. I understand black people, you wear weaves and wigs, but you can take that stuff out, clean the scalp, make sure it's moisturized, make sure it's clean, put it back in. However you guys need to do it, but it's a priority. Hair and nail care, hand washing. Please keep your hands clean. I wash and moisturize my hands 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day. I have wipes in the car, have wipes in the bathroom, I have wipes in my purse. I'm always using wipes, clean it off, whatever. Keep your nails clean. Keep your nails a normal length. I don't work, I don't have heavy job, so I can keep my nails this long. But if you work in a nursing home and you wiping asses, or you work at McDonald's, you can't have nails like that and then they make them look good or keep them looking good. Moisturize your hands. Your hands are supposed to be soft. No cracks. Prioritize your bodily care, ladies. Your feet. Your feet should never be hard. I don't care what you do. There's all kinds of routines and things you can do to prioritize your feet online. You need to get on there and you can do it from home. Simple techniques you can work from home. Wash and dry your hands, your feet thoroughly, especially between the toes. Change your socks regularly. Don't wear the same socks. Foot care. Make sure you don't have corned shoes where your feet hurt wearing this kind of feet, wearing those kind of shoes. Let the air out. Sometimes you got to take your shoes off and walk. Make sure you prioritize what you sleep in. Change your clothes daily. Make sure they're clean. Wash the sheets and pillowcases every week. Get you some sleep, proper sleep, at least 6 hours a day if you can. If you can, I'm saying. Okay? But here comes the big thing. A lot of people don't know the tools that you need to be to have that priority, be a priority. You have to have razors, tweezers, brushes, combs, grease, hair lotion. You have to have lotion. You have to have cuticle care. You have to have feet care, baby powder. Stay hydrated. Make sure you drink water. Make sure you eat well. Prioritize your health, because ain't nobody going to be around to take care of you and the kids if you ain't there. Before you touch your hair, your face, before you touch your face and your body, your hands need to be clean. Okay? They need to be clean. And how this relates to a wife, let's get to the brass tacks. Okay? Body odor is common in the household. It's for y'all, just for example, husband, wife, 2 kids. If you're the wife and you notice there's BO in the house with your spouse, with you, okay, this is what you do. Number 1, make sure that hygiene is a priority. Daily shower. You, as the wife, need to make sure everybody takes a shower every day. Make sure everybody got the soap that works with their body type. As I said, I can't use bars of soap. I can only use liquid. But my husband, Fee, he can use anything. So I made sure there was a plethora. I made sure there was a lot of soaps, a lot of bars, a lot of liquids. So he had that choice. But I could only use liquid, right? So you make sure your family has all of the things that they need in order to take a shower. 2 or 3 choices. Especially if they do sports, especially if there's hot weather, especially if you change clothing all the time. Teach the kids when they become a certain age that they have to wash clothes. Teach the kids that when they take a shower, you just don't stand under the goddamn water and then throw some soap over it and then it'll float down your body. No, every piece of your body, every part of your body has to be washed. As a woman, every part of your body has to be washed. And as a woman, you have to teach your kids that every part of their body has to be washed, including between the butt cheeks, including under the balls, including between her lips down there, between the toes. And they need to use a washcloth to do that. A washcloth or a loofah pad. You don't know what a loofah pad is? Please look it up. Loofah pad, washcloth. No, using your hands is not a form of cleaning yourself or keeping yourself clean. Your hand doesn't do what a washcloth does. Scrub the armpits, scrub the private parts, scrub your feet, scrub your shoulders, scrub the back of your neck. And I know that's hard to get to, but you got to cross your hand and scrub your back. Then cross your hands and then scrub your back. Change your clothes all the time. As a woman, you need to change your clothes. You go to work, the clothes you wear for work, take those off, change into different clothing, cleaner clothing. Some people will wear shirts without realizing that they smell. What is this? Spoiled. Okay. Make sure that your family has bins that are clearly marked as dirty clothing. Make sure you prioritize and teach the children how to wash clothing when they become a certain age. 11, 12. Then they should learn how to start washing. That's when we start to train your children. When your children are a certain age, you start to train them to be adults. Train them to keep themselves clean. It's a priority. Underarms, between the legs, feet. Okay. From the face, you do use a different washcloth for the face. Then it has to have some kind of cleanser on that. Clean the face, rinse. But if you're one of those people that you just have one washcloth, I guess we're poor. We can do that. Wash your face first. That's the first thing you wash. Wash your face clearly. Rinse it off in the shower. Then start on the body. From under the underarms all the way down to under the stomach. If you got a stomach, to between your legs. After you do the between your legs, then you do the back end, right? Then you go all the way down to your feet. A lot of people don't do this. A lot of people. I was told by the men I was going to do a different show today on sexless marriage. And 2 people wrote to me behind the scenes and said, can you do something about hygiene? Because women are having a problem with hygiene. So I'm doing that. Okay. Change your clothes regularly. Wash clothes. Teach children how to wash their own clothes, how to prioritize putting them in the bin. Make sure the towels are clean and washed regularly. Don't use dirty towels. Don't reuse dirty towels. Always use a different towel. Vinegar and baking soda cleans towels, washcloths. It deodorizes clothing and takes the BO out of the clothing. Cotton and moisture. Okay. Yes, there's a lot of people online, but apparently there's a problem with that. I don't know. I'm just doing my part on that. Wear breathable fabrics, cotton, moisturize. Okay. They help to keep sweat and all of those things down. Okay. In your family, this is what you do. Introduce products into the family. Hey, tell me how this smell. Tell me how this works. Does this work well? I mean, do we all smell good? Do we all continue to smell good? Introduce products into the family. Buy weird products, different products, so you know what works for your body. You know what works for your kid's body. You know you don't smell their feet anymore. Okay. Okay. Buy fun smelling products. Sometimes you just stock that stuff up. Cast out soaps, body washes, hard soaps. Ivory is a very good clean soap. Very good clean soap. Okay. Make sure you can tell the difference between your things and somebody else's things. If you buy everybody the same product, it doesn't work for everybody. Make sure you figure out what works for you, what works for them. When we're an adult, we're a young adult, we should figure out what works for our body and makes our body smell well. There's 4 different reasons why people have smells: sweat, diet, hormones, sweat, diet, hormones, and lifestyle changes, lifestyle habits. Those are the 4 reasons why people have a body odor. Okay. Lifestyle, hormones, diet, sweat. 4 major reasons why people have BO. You need to address those 4 things. If somebody walks into the room and then walks out because they think you smell, and you're supposed to know that you don't smell. I have an aversion to me smelling. I hate I'm always, I walk out, I get up every morning, take a shower. That's first thing, priority. Clean clothes. Make sure my clothes are clean. Underwear is clean. Lotion, Vaseline, hair. And hair smell? Do I smell my hair? All that? That's something that you get up every day and you check. You prioritize. Women are supposed to prioritize those things. And then you're supposed to be available to watch your children in the same way. Regulate their diet. Strong BO can come from spicy foods, red meat, onions, garlic, dehydration, all of these things. Prioritize when you use those or you eat those. Use water, fruits and vegetables. You don't need to change everything. Just make it a balance. Try to figure out where the smell is coming from. Okay. Big girls don't have to smell. Big guys don't have to smell. If you prioritize those, if you understand that diet, food, hormones, all of these things can change those. When you figure that out, and don't be afraid to change things. If somebody really smells in your family, address it directly. Because nobody wants to go outside and smell. Pull them aside and say, hey, I know your shirt smells funny. You smell funny. You want me to put it in the washer? Maybe if you try a different deodorant or something. Okay. Maybe, don't be mean to a person. You stank. Address it. Because nobody wants to go outside and smell. Nobody wants to go outside. Nobody wants to lay down next to somebody who smell. And they stuff smell. Hey, babe, have you thought about maybe you got some kind of hormone changes because your snatch smell funny? Have you thought about maybe, if we eat a different food, maybe this won't, I notice every time you eat, pizza, you smell kind of funny. Have you thought about not eating that pizza? Maybe we can change that. You ain't got to be mean with it. You can just do, health care, hygiene is self-care, family care. Everybody smells. When one person in the family smells, everybody notices that one person in your family smell. That means it's your fault because you haven't addressed it in your family. And I'm saying women address this in their family and address this with your family. Make sure your family doesn't have a person that walks out the door and that person smells, but then that reflects on everybody, right? Yes, there's plenty of people that are online talking about what they need to do in order to prioritize the smell. But apparently, somehow, we seem to always run into women who need to prioritize taking a shower. I've heard 3 or 4 men get on the shows and say, wow, man, you need to address those women because they don't know how to wash or whatever. I'm not saying there's women on here who do that. I'm saying I'm addressing it so that it's a priority for men and relationships. That's all. That's all we're saying. We're not saying anything else. We're not saying all women smell. That's not how that works. Most of us take a shower. Most of us do that. I'm saying there's 4 reasons why there might be an issue with what your body smells like. I'm saying prioritize pH balances. That's correct. I'm saying prioritize these things. As a wife and a mother, this is your job to present the best family that you can. Okay? Use a washcloth. A lot of people don't want to use a washcloth. I don't understand. Where did we get that we don't use washcloths? You get better cleaning from washcloths. You get more, you exfoliate better. Dead skin cells leave your body. Sweat comes off your body. It improves your hygiene behind the ears, behind the neck, behind the shoulders, under the armpit, between the toes. Okay? Helps stimulate your skin to breathe better, to work better, to look better, to exfoliate better. Sensitive areas need to be washed, clean. Less abrasive soaps. I can't use abrasive soaps. I can't use that. But something. Loofah pads, sponges, washcloths. These are priorities in the family and they have to be clean every day. They have to have a basket. I have you know how you go to Walmart and Walmart got a stack of washcloths, like 20 washcloths in a stack? I bought like 4 of those and I folded them up. I got a bin. So when someone comes into my bathroom, there's a bin of washcloths, brand new, clean. After I've washed them, brand new, clean, that they can use and wash their face, they can use to do whatever. Okay? It helps to put the soap on your body naturally. Of course, of course. I'm saying take the chips, spit out the bone. Sure enough, somebody walked into the chat and said, well, why are we talking about that? We're talking about this because men came on the show, on the Kendra G show and other shows and said, you guys need to wash your ass. Jay Prince, president, show us what. Hold on. Let me look. Washcloth. Hold on. Hold on. This shit. You got me showing you shit. Y'all see that? You see this bin full of washcloths? This is a bin full of washcloths. Okay? Hold on. That's a bin full of washcloth. This right here, you see that? Full of products. Full of products that a woman needs in her bathroom. Full of products. Okay? Okay? So I'm just saying as a woman, you should have you should have a whole bunch. I have a whole bunch of that. I have a bin full of tissue. I have a bin full of soaps. That's my bin full of boxes of soaps. I have another bin of boxes of soaps. I have a wall full of stuff. A wall full of what is it called? Tweezers. Everything that a woman could use, everything that a man could use. I have that stuff sitting in a closet. So when you come to my house, you don't have to worry about having soap, tissue, all kind. I mean, bars of soap. I have like 10 different lotions, all of that. I have the whole thing. Women bathrooms should be filled with these kind of things, okay? You look around my room and I got stuff galore that cleans your body. That has your body clean. No. You don't walk out the door as a human being where's the God damn, I had to go back. I gotta move. No, I gotta move that stuff. I gotta move that stuff. I put that stuff in my walkway when I get done. But I had the wipes are in there on the toilet. They're on the toilet. They're on the toilet. Okay. But the whole point is I have the wipes, all of that. That should be a priority in your household. All of these things, right? And I just brought 2 bins out of here. If I brought 2 bins out of here, I can't take the camera in there either. So I just brought what I could. So I'm saying this is important to say. It's important to do. In your bathroom should be clean every day. I make sure my bathroom is clean twice a week. Bleaching water. All over. Because you never know when you wipe your ass, you never know whether you got piss on crap all over your bathroom. Spray your bathroom. Okay? So when Jay Prince got on Kendra D and he said, "Oh, women don't wash themselves." No, that ain't. I ain't doing that, right? I have in that bin that you all say I have squeegee. You squeeze some the what is it called? When you have squeegee, you squeeze it up inside of you and then you rinse in there and then you rinse and you pee. Okay. I have wet wipes there in the bathroom. A box. You won't even believe it. So I go to Walmart and I buy the box of them. A whole bunch. It's got 10 of them in there. And then I just keep them right next to the bathroom. And then I have those. And then I have regular ones in my car that are like Lysol, clean, and regular hand wipes. Cause I'm not a person that prioritizes or who's obsessive about it. I just know that to be a clean human being, these are the things that you need to do to be a clean human being. Prioritize. I mean, I got like it's a whole bunch of crap in there. Razors, lotion, bars of soap, loofah pads, all of it. Okay. So this is what you do. Mirrors. I got 3-4 mirrors in my bathroom. I got a clock in my bathroom. I have dryers, hand dryers, all kinds of things. Lysol and bleach, all of that. So I'm saying this is a priority that women have to have in a household. Men have to have the same thing, right? Because we're all trying to be in a relationship, but you're supposed to combine those things and make sure we have a priority, family priority to keep ourselves clean. Keep yourself clean. Regardless of whether you're having sex or not, you should be clean. Cleaning areas inside the folds, under the balls, in between even if I guess it might be a bird bath. People call it a bird bath. But even a bird bath can get you a little bit of clean. If you hit the right spots, right? So this was a project. Somebody wrote to me and said, "Hey, you need to tell those women." Okay, so this is what I'm telling you. There's only 4 reasons why you would have an odor. Address those issues if you have an odor. Put on lotion every day. Put on Vaseline every day. Wash, scrub every day. 2 times a day. I take a shower 2 or 3 times when it's hot. When it's hot, 2 or 3 times. When it's cold, it may be once, depending on how I feel. If I know I go to work and then come home or whatever, go to work, go out, do whatever, I may take a shower before I do that and then come back, and I may not leave the house. I won't take another shower. But it just depends on what you do. Be sensitive to your skin. Okay, behind the ears, back of the neck, between the toes. These are all places that people forget to take and wash themselves. Behind the ear. In kids, you got to make sure kids do wash behind the ear, because otherwise it's a smell. And you run your hand behind it. Yeah, I don't have a smell because I wash my ears daily. Behind my ears daily. Okay. This helps your skin grow better. You see the people who have dirty skin, or people who have what is it called? They have bad skin because they're not cleaning themselves properly, and they're eating the wrong things. Their body is manifesting all of that bad stuff right out there in their skin. Eat the right things, clean the skin correctly, and all of that will change, right? Sweat, dirt, dead skin. Look, dirt doesn't affect my skin. That stuff doesn't affect. I've never had a pimple in my life. I've never had bad skin. I've always had this skin that I'm in. The skin you see, I've had this when I was a kid. I had it now. No pimples, no anything. Because every day I would go into the bathroom. My mother taught me every day I would go into the bathroom. I wake up, I clean my skin. I went outside, went to school, came back, clean my skin. Before I went to bed, clean my skin. So 3-4 times a day, I would clean my skin, my face. Okay. This is what we're saying. It's a priority, especially if you're going to be married and you want to have a husband. Make sure that you have boys that clean themselves correctly. Not stand under the shower and let the water just run down and then throw some soap up there and run. No, you got to scrub and get all those dirty things off your face, off your body, all that exfoliate all that skin so it can breathe. Dead skin's got to leave. But that's it. It's gooch cleaning. Of course, you have to gooch clean. Okay. Lysol and bleach. That's harsh for the body. You don't want Lysol. You don't want that Lysol and bleach on the thing. Okay. My ears smell like bird. No. I wipe behind my ears just like this. No smell. No smell. Because it's a priority to me to be clean. Right? To be clean. So I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, this is a priority we have to have. Hey, what inspired it was Jay Prince. When Jay Prince got on Kendra G, I was like, really? People don't take it. What? Women are going on dates and ain't washing their gooch, ain't cleaning their cooch. They just going on dates. That's a damn shame. And I'm embarrassed for y'all. Y'all hit the likes, hit the likes, hit the likes. So this is the wife code with HQ. People always want to prioritize relationships. But you can't prioritize a relationship if you smell like shit. I ain't trying to have a relationship with you and you can't wash your ass. This is a part of relationships. This is why I'm talking about it. It's a priority. Specifically women, this is a priority. And men, and men, and men. Let's not get it twisted. So this is a part of that relationship. People say, well, you need to be talking about relationship. Yes, I do. This is a part of relationships. This is a priority in relationship. I showed you my products. I showed you the shit I had in there. I'm like, hold on, what the hell? Look what I got. Y'all see that? Brand new bag of floss picks. Lotion. Body soap. This is even hair glue. I even got that in there. What I have in here? Shit, I have to dig through that whole damn thing. Shit. Look, brand new toothbrushes I got in there. I ain't even open because I go to the store and I make sure these things are bought. These things are sitting in my bathroom waiting on a person. Oh, here, hold on. Hold on. Deodorant, brand new deodorant. Ain't been open. These are all things that are sitting in my bathroom. These are things that you're supposed to. I go shopping at the dollar store. I go to the dollar store. I go to the dollar store and I got a budget $30. So I buy whatever is $1 in there. Hold on. This. Ah! Here it is. Soaps. Different soaps. Tooth stuff. It's a whole female kit of stuff. Okay? That I keep. Ah! And it's heavy, right? Because it's got a whole bunch of stuff in it. And that's what a woman is, a hair thing. You know, when these hair things, a bunch of those are in there. These are things, you know, lip gloss, nail file. These are all the things that I collect as a woman. As a woman, I collect those things because I don't want to walk out the door and say, "Damn, I need to get my nails done," because I got that. I got Vaseline, a small fan. I got mace. I got a flashlight. I got aspirin. I got a thing full of earrings. I got band-aids. I got you know, the alcohol wipes. Everything that a human being can use, I got that in the house. So when a person walks into my house, as a woman, you know, I prioritize things. I prioritize hygiene. Yes, I got a hygiene bag. This is one of my bags that I put my stuff in, right? So these are the things that a woman should keep in her, you know, keeping her arterial. I'm just showing you. I showed you all those washcloths. I went to Walmart and I bought the washcloths from Walmart. You know, the ones that got 20 in a pack. I bought 8 of those. I bought 4 of those. And it's like, and then if you see my bathroom, I got a whole bunch of racks that I bought. And then I got all kinds of stuff on there: shower gel, washing gel, alcohol, the brown alcohol and the white alcohol. I got all that, peroxide, all of that, because that's what you're supposed. And band-aids, wraps, all that. So I'm just giving a lesson about what you need to have in your bathroom as a woman when you have a family. When you have a family and a man, you can have some of these things too, but not as many as a woman, because obviously there's some stuff y'all ain't gonna have. I got extra toothbrushes, extra boxes of soap, flosses, all of that. Okay. But a lot of people don't know that they need to have these in it. But see, I'm one of those people. I collect a lot of things. I go to the store, the dollar store, and I see sales and I get them. Right? I see tissue and I get big things of tissue. It might come in like 20 rolls. I might get 2 of those and open up one, and the other one is on top of a shelf that I have in the bathroom. Right? So I'm just giving lessons for women. These are things that you have in your bathroom. Make it a priority to have these things. Alcohol, wipes. I got a shelf that has my Q-tips on it. Shelf that has my cotton balls on it. Shelf that has my cotton wipes on it. Those 3 jars full of cotton swab, you know, things of white swabs and Q-tips. And the alcohol and the hydrogen peroxide is right below that. So if you have an accident, you got it right there, and you got the Q-tips and everything. Okay. And a big gigantic garbage can, a tall garbage can in there that I can use. So I'm saying these are things that women have in their bathroom. Men have in their bathroom too, but not to the extent that we do. Okay. So somebody asked me behind the scenes, don't do that. Don't do that one. Do one about hygiene. I'm doing one about hygiene. Here it is. So go back over it and look at it. You look at I showed y'all. I didn't make that up. I just went in the bathroom and got my bin full of stuff, my bin full of washcloths. It is what it is. I'm telling you what I do. I'm telling you this is what I do. And every day, I use that whole thing. Okay. Tissue, soap, wipes, lotion, all. I've never had a bump on my face. How you see it is the way I was since I was a kid, because I prioritize washing my body 2-3 times a day to make sure that the dead skin got off, make sure I was clean, make sure I tried to eat the right things that would not give me bumps, would not give me funny smells, right? So thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all. If anybody got any questions, put them in the comment section. Thank you. Please, everybody, like and subscribe and share, please, because we're trying to get the word out. We're trying to grow over here. We're trying to do the things we're supposed to do, and we're trying to be good when we do it, right? I appreciate y'all coming out and looking at or listening to the lessons, okay? I get it. There's people online who do that, right? I'm just reiterating. That's all. And I thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming out.